Hello everybody, it's Craftin' Just Because with Chris Cowan. Today we are going to play with the Lilly Pond Designer Series paper. Now I didn't purchase any of the stamp sets that went with it, but I loved the paper. We're pairing it with some Granny Apple Green, some Basic White, and some Pretty in Pink. And this does not look white. I might have grabbed a beige piece. We're also going to use Pretty Peacock ink and the Country Birdhouse stamp set. Oh, I did. I grabbed the basic beige. Hold on. We need basic white. There we go. That looks better. Okay, so we have some cutting to do first because I'm going to stamp on the Designer Series paper on this one, I think. So let's go ahead and get our paper trimmer out. We first want to cut our card base, which I'm going to make in Granny Apple Green, and I'm going to cut at 4 1/4 on the 8.5 inch side. And then we're going to score it on the 11 inch side at 5 1/2. Okay. Then I want to cut a piece for inside the card, since we're doing a colored card base. I'm going to cut at 4 1/8 on the 8.5 inch side. And then I'm going to cut it at 5 3/8 on the 11 inch side. Okay. Next, we're going to cut some layers. So I want to cut my first layer of Pretty in Pink cardstock, and I want to cut this at 4 1/4 on the 8.5 inch side. And then I'm going to cut it at 3 1/4 on the 11 inch side. Okay. Then I'm going to also cut some mats, and I'm going to cut 3 of them, and I want them 1 1/4 by 4. So let's trim this down 1/4 inch. And we'll do 1 1/4. And we want 3 of those. 1, 2, 3. Then I'm going to bring in my Designer Series paper, and I'm going to cut this piece. I'm going to cut at 4 1/8 by 5 3/8. Okay. Then I want to cut the Lilly pad paper. I want to cut this at 3 3/4 by 1 inch, and I need 3 of those. So 3 3/4 by 1 inch. Okay, and last but not least, we're going to use this piece with the ducks on it, and I am going to cut it so that you see the duck family, and I want this cut by 3 by 4. So I'm going to go ahead and cut that. Let's see, I cut it at 4 1/2, and then I'm going to cut it at, let's see, at 3. And then I'm going to cut this down to 4, just like that. Okay? So that you can get rid of all your extra paper at this point. So let's move our paper trimmer and our extra paper. And then we are going to stamp I'm going to stamp right, let's see here, which I want this, hope you're having the best day ever. And I'm going to stamp that at the very top of my card. With my pretty peacock. Just like that. Ooh, I like that. Okay. Hopefully it's easy to see on camera for you guys. Let me get a wipey. It is easy to read on my end. It might not be easy to read on camera. So just keep that in mind. Okay. Put that back, and then we'll just layer up our card. And we will be all done. Okay. So first, let's bring in our card base, and we'll fold that in half. We will add our basic white cardstock in the inside. Okay. Then I'm going to close it, and I'm going to add our designer series paper that we stamped on onto the center of the front of the card. So this card, based on the measurements, would be great with one of the Memories and More cards. Okay, so I'm going to layer these two together. Okay. And then I'm going to add dimensionals to the back of this one. And then I'm going to set that aside for just a minute, and we're going to add our strips on first. So I'm going to add these to this. Okay, and then I'm going to add it to the bottom and then on up. Just like that. I like this card layout. Now, this is one I found on Pinterest, because it really shows off all the different patterns in this bundle of paper. And that's what I kind of wanted to go for, is using a sentiment, using designer series paper, and putting a fun card together. Okay. So this will be our last one. And then we'll put on our ducks. And you can also see why I put my sentiment at the very top. Then let's take off the release paper off our dimensionals. And then we're just going to center this right on down, just like that. So it says, hoping you're having the best day ever, and then you could put your message inside. Very simple. All we did was some simple cuts and layering, added some dimensionals, and it turned out really cute. You could even make this, if you wanted to make this a fun fold, you can make this part you know, like knot the card and then have this be a flap as well. Just an idea. But until next time, my creative peeps, I will see you later. I hope you have a great rest of your day. Bye-bye.